Hi, this is Garrett with Gwitting Reviews, and it is time for a review of the new Jpegmafia album, I Lay Down My Life for You. Jpegmafia is one of those artists that I will always be excited for. For those unaware, Peggy is one of the most creative and one-of-a-kind rappers and producers working today. Since the late 2010s, he has crafted some of the weirdest, glitchiest, and most mind-blowing hip-hop I've ever heard. Hell, his collaborative album with other hip-hop eccentric Danny Brown was my favorite rap album of last year. Now we have I Lay Down My Life for You, which is somehow completely different from what I was expecting, yet exactly what I was expecting. In other words, it's classic Jpegmafia. This project is full of wild samples and beats that blow my mind with each listen. I also like the way he plays with rock and metal on this album. Songs like I Scream in the Mirror Before I Interact with Anyone have this heavy, crushing riff, and Peggy absolutely wailing over the music. It's awesome. You also get great instances of vocal chopping on songs like Sin MIEDO and Don't Rely on Other Men that disorient me in the best way. This album also has the best and most appropriate way of incorporating AI into music with either on or off the drugs. That vocal sample, yeah, that's future. Crazy, I know. One other thing I like about this album is that it contains some of Peggy's most personal songwriting to date. Yeah, there's a bunch of Peggy staples on here, raps about politics, internet culture, the music industry, all that good stuff. He also delves into topics relating to mental health and a past relationship in a way that's very vulnerable, and I respect it a lot. As far as negatives, Peggy's rapping itself remains as his weakest link. Don't get me wrong, I think he is a pretty good rapper. However, he does tend to be stuck in his ways on this project. He has a somewhat limited arsenal of flows, and I think a lack of clever wordplay can make some of these songs seem kind of basic in the lyrical and vocal department. There are also a few songs on here that probably could have benefited with some more traditional production and song structures. As much as I love the way Peggy produces and strings together his songs, there are a few tracks that feel a bit scattershot and directionless in those areas, and I think simplifying things would have been beneficial. Hell, he proves that simplifying things can result in some fantastic songs on this very album, with tracks like JPEGULTRA and I'd Recovered From This as examples. I think the album as a whole could have used a few more instances of that. Even still, this is yet another great outing from Jpegmafia. I don't think it's his best, but it does have some of his most compelling songwriting to date, as well as some of his noisiest and prettiest production. It really is the best of both worlds. If you like your hip-hop weird and experimental, then you should definitely check this out. It's great stuff, and like always, I can't wait to see what Peggy does next. 8 out of 10.